Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a very pleasant night to you, my precious pack, and welcome back once more to that. You know what? I'm not even going to crack the joke about it because I've said it enough times that by now you should already realize it. The game just sucks. Welcome back, everybody. What I wanted to talk about today was the Decimation, because one, I just finished for the grind, and I figured now is the best time to talk about it because it's all fresh in my mind and it's all just burned in. First off, as you'll probably see, I have one fleet damage, but I used more than one. Anyone who was watching me farm just recently knows that I had 3 fleets out when I coin repaired the other ones. It's basically what I do every night at this point. But let's go ahead and let's see what the Decimation has. Skin's nice, but not really game influencing, and extremely overpriced if you ask me. Ronan Gabriel, while not the best of the fleet commanders, because most of the tier 8 fleet commanders were kinda weak, still not completely useless. Spearhead Augment. I I could go any direction with this one because it's the Spearhead Augment, and my favorite fighters were the Operators, and well, we all know how Pharmacon are thanks to the nerf, so yeah. And no matter how you want to see the phasing rework, I see it as a nerf. You can see it as any other way you want, though. If you can, pick up the Caustic blueprints and the Switch blueprints, and I'm gonna slap myself in the face for this one, but the Commandant Carrier. Ah, that's a wake-up call. And no, I didn't actually just hit myself. I basically just held up something and slapped it towards the side. I'm not stupid enough to do that. Okay, what else do we got? Base tech, base tech, base tech, base tech. All stuff that I couldn't care less about because, in all honesty, I just stopped upgrading my base at a certain point. I just build new buildings, but I don't really put anything on them. So if anyone actually wants to attack the base, you'll realize very quickly, I have spawner modules, but I don't actually have any vessels for them, because I don't even know if they're useful or not, because I don't keep up with this stuff. Jump drives, they're definitely worth picking up because they allow you the advantage of jumping between sectors. Who doesn't want to do that? It saves you a little bit of time if you're an active player, or if you're like me and you just send out large swarms of vessels, it doesn't really matter. Because you're going to be playing for a little while anyways, a little bit of extra travel time never hurts. Okay, I have the... Okay, this is where it gets fun. Pick up all the caustic blueprints you can because it saves you on farming, so you can focus on farming the Mark 3s with Mark 1s, and yes, it is possible. It just hurts a little bit more. Well, not quite hurts a little bit more, it's a slightly higher damage value, but with more vessels, but spread out a little bit more carefully. In the case of the switches, you can easily farm the Mark 3s with the Mark 1s. You just have to have the proper fitting for them to have shield bypass and AoE, and if you don't, it's going to hurt. But you can also compensate via a good fleet commander to help balance that one out. And pick up, you have 5 at a time, you need 40 for the Mark 2? I'm not going to mess you guys over with that. Yeah, 40. So you're going to need to pick up 8 of them. Pick up 8 of the Commandant Carriers Mark 2s, just so you can have at least that one that you can bounce around between the fleets. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get so any vessels that do not have spawns will have a carrier with them for the benefit of the spawns as well as the support field, because the support field, while I don't like it all that much, I would have preferred mobility or damage or shield bypass or something else, it at least has its place at helping get the rest of the fleet into prime shift so that they can take targets out a little bit more easily. Pre-fitted operator. Again, it's my favorite tier 8 vessel, but again, it's the fact that it has such a blatant flaw with its design at this point. Looking at it now, it's a risk and reward situation, and I don't think the reward is really here with it anymore. So I think you can skip out on this pre-fit unless you're going to use it in a lower tier, and I don't even know. Oh, they wanted the poor fitting for it. Ooh. You need horde cannons to make this thing amazing. It just depends on what you're trying to do. If you think that it could help you due to the extremely high burst of damage for a single second, basically, by all means pick it up. It'll help you, but if you have anything better than it, and I mean literally anything, Umbral related or anything like that, don't even bother with it. You've already got better vessels at that point. These are basically all outdated and meaningless by this point of the game. This is outdated, this is outdated, this is... Okay, and we still have tier 8s, tier 7 targets as well. Okay, that explains that. Prize boxes. Haven't seen them in a while. What gives do they have now? Ooh, palladium munitions. That would definitely be useful. That would help refit a lot of specials. Glance cannon 1, Havoc cannon 1, and then... Why do you even need these? Why? I'm just gonna make my audio crack a lot by getting angry. Of all the things you could put in prize boxes, you put the level 1 and the level 4, you don't put any intermediate anything in there? Do they not exist for anybody else? Because I'm pretty sure I can check my blueprints. I have a 1 through a 3, and the 4 was the reusable item. I wouldn't mind if that was a credit instead of reusable items. You just slap it on, instantly done, no fitting time or anything like that, just to make sure that you have it readily available to you at a drop of a hat. Is it the same story for the... Why? Just why? Why would you put in the level 1 and the level 4 but not the level 2 and the level 3? Because while not exactly beneficial, they are beneficial in different ways because they can help reduce refit time. But more specifically, if you don't have any better tech than what you can get in the boxes for some reason, why leave and force the people to either get the level 1s or the level 4s? Because they're either not going to be able to use the level 4s, and they're going to be stuck with the level 1s, or they're going to be able to use the level 1s in mass to where they have excess weight to where they can use anything in between, but they can't use a mass number of the level 4s. I want to cry at these boxes, because these, while they are an upgrade over the previous ones, they're also a partial downgrade as well. That's definitely not a good thing. And then we have crafting for Xeno Division and Axis vessels. Okay, well those are a little bit dated, and I think it's time that they get moved on to a store of their own rather than the main ones each week. Because I can guarantee, I haven't used them in a while, I don't know about all of you, but you get a lot of stuff to help you progress to tier 7 fairly quickly. No, tier 6, it bounces you through the Xeno Division to get you into Axis, and you have to farm for them. Okay, so these ones might be good in the case of you trying to advance into the Axis tier. And aside from that, there is absolutely nothing else that I want to talk about. So, thanks for joining me today, my pack. Be safe out there, happy hunting, and as always, I'll see you later.